As the group descended deeper into the South Sea Dragon Meridian, they faced a critical decision, choosing their passageway wisely. Zane Martel, amidst the throng of travelers, hesitated briefly before opting for the middle route, a choice that would soon attract attention.
Let me in. Everyone, get out of my way.
A burly young man demanded passage, his size alone imposing authority over the crowded tunnel.
Step aside.
Zane Martel's gaze bore into the man, freezing him in his tracks. Moments passed before both entered the narrow passage, navigating its cramped confines with caution.
2 teams left and right. I'll take the middle.
Understood.
Topmost City's decisive move split the crowd, sparking murmurs of discontent among those left behind. Zane Martel, now in the middle passage, pressed onward, his curiosity piqued by the unyielding stone walls. The path ahead seemed to resist his every step, the stone feeling dense and impenetrable beneath his touch. Each footfall echoed faintly in the tunnel's darkness, amplifying the sense of isolation and mystery that permeated the Dragon Meridian.
What manner of stone is this? It's unlike anything I've encountered.
The passage twisted and turned, the walls occasionally revealing ancient glyphs and carvings, their meanings lost to time but resonating with a palpable energy that sent shivers down Zane Martel's spine. It was as if the very essence of the Dragon Meridian whispered secrets of old, teasing at the edge of his understanding. Meanwhile, echoes of footsteps and distant murmurs reverberated from the other passageways, reminders of the other travelers embarking on their own journeys into the unknown depths. Back at the platform, the atmosphere buzzed with speculation and anticipation. The presence of the dragon bone embedded in the cliff wall had drawn the attention of scholars, adventurers, and seekers of power alike, each pondering the significance of its discovery. The passageway ahead was narrow and shrouded in darkness, a labyrinthine path through the heart of the South Sea Dragon Meridian. Zane Martel navigated the oppressive confines, his every step echoing against the cold, unyielding stone walls.
It's strange. I have swallowed and refined the power of the ghost cape, but I can't destroy this stone wall with one move. What kind of ore is this wall made of? Isn't it too tough?
Zane Martel pondered, his thoughts racing as he continued deeper into the mysterious passageway. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of winding through the tunnel's gloom, they emerged onto a vast platform that jutted out like a precipice. The platform sprawled hundreds of meters wide, accommodating the throng of eager adventurers. At its center loomed an uneven stone wall, weathered by time and etched with an air of ancient mystery. Zane Martel's eyes scanned the surroundings, drawn to the uneven stone wall that stood prominently amidst the platform's expanse. Its surface bore intricate carvings and glyphs, their meanings obscured by centuries of erosion, radiating an undeniable aura of power.
These carvings, could they hold the key to understanding the secrets of this place?
The atmosphere on the platform was charged with anticipation and curiosity, a palpable energy that sparked conversations among the adventurers gathered there. Some speculated on the origins of the carvings, while others debated the significance of the uneven stone wall itself. Far below, the abyss stretched endlessly, its depths hidden in perpetual darkness. The sound of distant water echoed faintly, a reminder of the South Sea's eternal presence surrounding the Dragon Meridian. Zane Martel approached the uneven stone wall. A faint glimmer caught his eye, a subtle sparkle amidst the weathered surface. Intrigued, he stepped closer, reaching out cautiously to touch the ancient carvings. His fingertips brushed against the rough texture, feeling the faint vibrations of ancient energy that seemed to pulse beneath the surface. It was as if the stone itself held memories of ages past, waiting to be unlocked by those brave enough to seek its secrets. Around him, the crowd murmured in awe and speculation, their voices blending with the whispers of the Dragon Meridian's hidden mysteries. On the other side of the platform lay a bottomless black hole, its depths swallowing any trace of light, a void that seemed to stretch endlessly into the abyss. Across from this enigmatic void stood a colossal, smooth stone wall, meticulously crafted by divine hands, its origins shrouded in the mysteries of time.
Who on earth could polish such a hard ore? Was it Leonard Hunter?
Martel's mind raced with speculation, contemplating the ancient craftsmanship before him.
Look! Over there!
A voice burst with excitement, drawing everyone's gaze to a thick bone embedded within the cliff wall, sparkling with a translucent brilliance as if carved from precious jade. Only a portion of the bone, about half the length of an arm, protruded from the stone, captivating all who beheld its intimidating radiance. Boom! 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 Within Zane Martel's body, a tumultuous surge stirred. His devouring dragon bloodline roared to life, as if a beast breaking free from its bonds, threatening to consume everything in its path. With sheer willpower, Zane Martel restrained the primal force within, preventing his bloodline from unleashing its voracious appetite upon the dragon bone.
Dragon bone. It is definitely a dragon bone. We're in the South Sea Dragon Meridian. What can it be if not a dragon bone?
The woman's exclamation ignited a fervor among the crowd, their voices rising in an uproar of awe and speculation, echoing through the vast expanse of the platform. As the excitement swirled around them, Zane Martel approached the uneven stone wall with cautious reverence. The carvings etched into its weathered surface seemed to pulse with an ancient energy, whispering secrets of forgotten times.
These carvings hold a profound history. Could they be a map guiding us through the mysteries of the Dragon Meridian?
Almost everyone exclaimed one after another. Their blood was boiling, and the fighting spirit in their hearts was burning. Dragon bone. It was definitely a dragon bone. A true dragon was the head of all living creatures. It was the most powerful creature and the most terrifying existence in the entire Dracoria continent. However, the existence of a true dragon had disappeared from the entire Dracoria continent long ago. In the ancient era, the true dragon race was almost expelled and killed, as the power had long aroused the jealousy of all other clans. Even if the rest of the dragons survived, no one knew where they were hiding. Thus, almost no traces of the Dragon Clan could be seen in the entire Dracoria continent. But it didn't mean that the Dragon Clan was at a disadvantage. The bone in front of them was the Dragon Bone. If they obtained and refined the bone, it would definitely boost their combat capability. They might even be able to win the title of the Dragon Envoy of Eldoria and become the Dragon Envoy of Solaria. The selection in the Tranquil City region was divided into 4 regions. The area they were in was the south, and the head of the Dragon Envoy of Eldoria in their area was naturally the Dragon Envoy of Solaria. The other 3 regions respectively corresponded to the Dragon Envoy of Zenthia, the Dragon Envoy of Arcturia, and the Dragon Envoy of Valeria. Once they won and became the Dragon Envoy of Solaria, the rewards they received would be beyond everyone's imagination.
Ha 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 ha, Dragon Bone. It's hard to find it, but we're actually standing in front of it now. Since that's the case, I, Elijah White, will claim it for myself.
An arrogant laughter rang out from the crowd. The crowd looked over and saw Elijah White holding a black warhammer. His energy was surging, and his killing intent was overwhelming. It seemed that he would kill anyone who refused him. In this regard, many people frowned and felt a chill running down their spines. It wasn't easy to stumble upon a dragon bone. Should they also give it up? They were no match for Elijah White. What could they do? But everyone else felt aggrieved to let him claim the dragon bone for himself. A dragon bone. It was a dragon bone.
Its power was certainly unimaginable since it was related to the Dragon Clan. Someone took a deep breath. While no one was paying attention, his body flew far away and shot straight at the dragon bone.
He moved extremely fast, as if he had used up all his strength. The man stopped around the dragon bone and tried pulling it with his hands with great force. He planned to escape once he got the dragon bone. If he was lucky, he might be able to steal the dragon bone secretly. He thought,
What's happening? Why is it so tight? Come out now.
he grew so anxious that tears almost welled up in his eyes. Meanwhile, on the platform, Elijah White's eyes were cold. He slowly flew over with the black warhammer, and his whole body was enveloped with killing intent.
I seem to have said I wanted this dragon bone, right? Do you have a death wish, or did you not hear what I said?
A huge oppressive aura came over, and the man broke down in anxiety.
I am not snatching it with you. I'm only trying to get the dragon bone out for you and give it to you with my own hands.
His courage completely dissipated in the face of Elijah White.
Help me? Thanks, but a loser like you will only stain my dragon bone by touching it. In order to atone for your sins, you should die.
Elijah's warhammer rushed over and smashed the man heavily on the stone wall. With a loud noise, the man's abdomen caved in. His muscles, bones, and blood vessels turned into a blurry mess. He died. A series of sighs rang out. Everyone grew emotional at this scene. The dragon bone they had stumbled upon with great difficulty probably would not end up in their hands. There was nothing they could do either, since they were no match for Elijah White. Since they were weak, they were destined not to have a choice on this matter. Zane Martel's expression changed slightly. He looked at Iris Smith a short distance away and felt a little strange. The value of the dragon bone was self-evident. However, in the face of such a great temptation, the Emerald Lotus sex saintess Iris Smith didn't even have a trace of emotion on her face. Instead, she appeared cold, indifferent, and as if nothing had happened. Strange. It was too strange. Even a top martial artist in the Martial King realm would be tempted by the value of a piece of dragon bone. But why was Iris Smith so calm? Could it be that she knew some inside story? Combined with the phenomenon Zane Martel had observed since the beginning, Zane Martel felt this South Sea Dragon Meridian was definitely stranger and more dangerous than he had seen. However, no matter what danger there was, it was not Zane Martel's character to not take advantage of it. In the distance, Elijah White put away his black warhammer and held the exposed part of the dragon bone with both hands. He stepped on the stone wall and exerted force. The sound of metal being compressed could be heard. A huge force penetrated it, but the dragon bone did not move an inch. All of a sudden, Elijah White's expression turned solemn. The topmost city and the mad fighting region were somewhat similar. They had muscular figures. In addition, Elijah White was holding a heavy warhammer, which enhanced his strength even more. It could be said that his physical strength was definitely the strongest among those that were weaker than Zane Martel. Still, despite his strength, he could not make the dragon bone move at all.
Is it because of the stone wall?
Elijah White started observing. The stone wall was too hard, as if it was immune to all attacks. Thus, it was not strange that he could not pull the dragon bone out of it.
In that case, I'll break the stone wall to get the dragon bone instead.
The energy in Elijah White's body kept rolling. He waved his warhammer around, forming a round black wheel in the air. Suddenly, a fierce and ear-piercing wind howled.
Titan smash!
Elijah White shouted and threw the hammer at the stone wall. An illusory image of a giant warhammer, dozens of meters long, was condensed in the void, giving off an earth-shattering, powerful aura. It heavily slammed at the stone wall on the edge of the dragon bone. A deep and loud sound rang out. Waves of smoke and dust surged due to the strong wind, and the place hit by the warhammer's illusory image was slightly sunken. Still, it didn't completely destroy the stone wall. Seeing this, Elijah White's expression turned more solemn. The hardness of the stone wall was way beyond his imagination. Just as he was about to swing his warhammer again to dislodge the dragon bone, a burst of noise rang out from the abyss below. Buzz, buzz, buzz. It sounded like something was rapidly approaching them. Soon, a group of densely packed black dots appeared. They looked like locusts and were quickly closing in. Look, what is that? Why are there creatures in this place? Instantly, everyone shifted their gazes to the ground below. Thousands of crimson demonic insects flew up from the dark abyss. As soon as they appeared, they immediately attacked the crowd. Ah! He screamed, and there was no movement afterward. His struggling limbs went limp, and his eyes became dull.
No, they're demonic beasts. Let's kill them all.
Let's take them down.
More than 1,000 people reacted swiftly. Different spiritual energies surged, creating a breathtaking scene. The demonic insects were only the size of a small finger. Their attacks were potent enough to breach the defenses of top martial artists at the 5th stage of the Mahayana realm. However, their defensive capabilities were weak, and they could be easily smashed like mosquitoes. Zane Martel's expression shifted. He unleashed several waves of sword energy, slicing the insects flying toward him into halves. He finally caught a glimpse of the insect's appearance as its corpse fell into his hands.
What kind of bug is this? I've never seen anything like it before.
The people on the platform scattered, and their attacks finally began to expand. Instantly, thousands of streaks of sword energy scattered in all directions. In the distance, Elijah White hovered above the abyss and became the insect's primary target.
You filthy bugs! How dare you attack me? Go to hell.
Elijah gripped the warhammer tightly and swung it repeatedly. Each blow resulted in carnage. The insects turned into blood and gore in his hands before falling back into the abyss. However, no one knew how many more flying insects were still emerging from the depths.
Water into arrows.
Form the formation.
The smaller groups acted in unison, forming formations one after another. Different formations plummeted into the abyss like meteors. With each formation's impact, many insects were slain. Thus far, they had dispatched no fewer than 40,000 to 50,000 insects. However, their numbers showed no sign of diminishing. Instead, they continued to increase. As their numbers swelled, even with humans being far more powerful, some insects were bound to evade their strikes. When the insects draw near, the victim is left with a finger-sized hole in their heart. It was odd that those attacked wouldn't immediately perish. Rather, they would stand dazedly in place, unmoving. They become like the walking dead. Further perplexing was that once someone had been skewered, they wouldn't be targeted again, almost as if an unspoken rule guided the insects.
Damn it! What tarnation are these insects, and why are there so bloomin' many?
Saint Cyrus Smith, can't you offer guidance on what to do?